now, gang. Well, good that we caught it now before we get into it. Apparently we're listening to Josh Johnson roast the shit out one of my hobbies. I'll admit it, I never really considered hiking a hobby just because, y'all, I'm being real with you, anyone can hike. It can't really be a hobby if just anyone can do it, you know? And then again, maybe that's what makes a good hobby. Either way, it's fun listening because it's also like, this is why I don't ask non-hikers to go hiking with me. If someone's like, hey, could I come with you? I'm like, hell yeah, I love company. But I try not to be that friend that, hey, let's go for a hike. I don't want to, that's a long walk. Yeah, but you feel good afterwards. I know they'll feel good afterwards, y'all, but, you know, people, they gotta want to do it themselves. Either way, he's roasting the shit out of hiking, and I'm sort of giggling along because I'm like, I mean, yeah, but you be real with it there. Excuse me. And with the sun up, I guess we should put some more of those copper places or copper pieces in place up top. Slowly making our way. Carefully, of course, as well. Oh, baby. Oh. Okay, now that experience I can relate to. The first time I tried to do the Appalachian Trail, back when I thought, you know what, I'll just hit it and let nature take its course and run it. Forgot Shifu's antibiotics for his nails and whatnot, had to turn around right after we checked in. It was depressing. But, yeah, I saw, okay, well this path will take 2 hours, and it's a scenic climb up a waterfall, and it's a staircase, and I see a bunch of, like, retirees and older people taking the walk. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take that one. Don't take a scenic hike up a waterfall with a 200-pound backpack, y'all. That was not fun. What made it worse was because it's all stairs, no quick way up or down. You get halfway up there and you're sort of ham-shanked because you can't just turn around and go back. You can, but now you're halfway there, so you're basically, what was it all for if you turn around and go back now? So, you sit there, and it's like, okay, well, and it's like the people who did the park understood this was going to happen, because not at the beginning, not in the middle, but towards the end, when you get past the, ooh, that's a waterfall, ooh, if you're tall enough you can reach out and touch the water as it falls down this cascade. Wow. When you get a little bit past that part, then you start hitting, oh look, it's a wooden bench built into the wall. Oh look, another wooden bench. I think they knew what they were doing. Because the whole time, like, if I was coming in, I'd be wondering, what's all this for? I don't need this many benches. Coming up the stairs, if I hadn't had Shifu with me, y'all, I would have, oh lord. Because also the stairs were not, because it's on a waterfall, they were the iron grating style like industrial places use, like I was used to on the boat and whatnot. And if you had a big dog, the big dog would be alright for the most part, as long as they had big pads. But little dogs, it's always recommended on that type of structure, you basically carry your dog. Problem with Shifu is he's a big old chunk, and back then he was a much bigger chunk. So I have like a 200-pound pack on my back, and then a 40-pound dog in my arm, and I'm just like, every tourist was so happy. Every one of them was like taking pictures and smiling and just, oh wow, yeah, I've never seen a hairless like him, giving the whole breakdown on Shifu. It was fun. And then after about 2 hours, it started to go, these two very nice Italians. Oh my, how long have you been doing this right now? Oh my, no, you must sit down here for a moment, dear. Here, sit. And they like gave me some kind of mineral water, gave me friggin' water. They were just very nice folks. And that's why I hike, y'all. Because the people you meet while you're hiking are just, everyone's genuinely just happy to be here. It's a fun hobby that anyone can do, because so long as the community's there, we're like, as long as the community's there, people are happy. And as long as we have community, anyone can do the hobby, from grandma to little kids. Because as long as there's a healthy, strong community, we can watch each other's backs. And that's what it's about for me when it comes to the hiking community. But for a non-initiated, for someone that doesn't do hiking, I do kind of get where it would seem very culty and very, well, you said we were going for a walk. Yeah. You said we were going for a walk 3 hours ago. Dude, where the fuck are we? What are we? I can understand where it's at. Oh, I get it. I say all this because Zoe keeps giving me the whole, oh, well, we'll totally go hiking on this. And I'm like, okay, well, it's a 10-mile trail, so let me know and I'll bring my pack. Okay, well, we can totally take it. A part of me, I don't think she realizes what 10 miles is when it's not in a vehicle or in a building, and it's going to be fun. I'm trying to think of safe routes, and Pine Mountain's one of those really good ones, because it's 10 miles, but it's like one path in is 5 miles, then you've got a breakaway that leads to 3 paths. One path that I've been dying to take goes around the base of the mountain, air quote mountain, because it's more a foothill, but it goes around the base, back to the parking lot, and then it hooks back into the original path, which goes up to this beautiful overlook that, you know, the highway's only slightly taking away some of the beauty of. But it's a lovely look, and I could actually sit there with her and be like, okay, now you see the hilltops there and there? That in between there is the valley, and I'm sort of like, I don't know, I'm hiding the pill of education in the cheese and meat that is, oh, look at the pretty scenery. I'm doing my best here, y'all. That's all I'm saying. I'm doing my best to try to educate where I can and get people not just taking my word, but getting really interested in, like, ecology, biology, and just animals in general, that's biology, but also plants. Trying to get people to be like, wow, and get as into it as I am. And I realize I'm a little bit rough and gruff at times, but my goal is a true one. But like I said, y'all, but that's why I'm here, in case anyone was ever wondering, well, why does he do what he's doing? He ain't got da-da-da. It's, y'all, it ain't about the viewership, it ain't about the money. Admittedly, money's nice in America. I wish it wasn't. Let's be clear, at heart I'm an anarchist, and anarchy and communism kind of go hand in hand at times. Because I do believe that everyone deserves to make it in the end. I think it only counts as making it if you, me, and Grandma make it. If we gotta leave Grandma behind to get eaten, well, then did we really make it? What did we sacrifice to get here? But that's also like my whole motif. I try to go by nobody gets left behind. Also, I'm trying to give y'all like something today, because I got a lot of like banking and shit like that I gotta run and do. And it's, if I have to go with, I'll probably be cooped up for a lot of it. Stand by for some pretty crochet stuff and maybe some sketchbook stuff. but as far as like videos, I'm gonna be kind of pressed to make them today, sadly. Necessary things, you know, necessary evils to getting things running right. And honestly, it'll be good because it'll open up like new means of financial endeavors for us. That way, you know, I can invest more time in the channel and have to bug y'all less about the whole, hey, here's my Ko-Fi link or whatever the fuck. Because I can't tell y'all how much I don't like doing that, but I also want to keep the channel completely free for everyone forever. But you know, that comes as it is. Tipping the bellhop here is just as simple as throwing a like, maybe a share and a subscribe my way. And YouTube and I can take it from there. I'm just trying to be super cautious, and do let me know if you start seeing ads before my videos or anything. Because that's not what I'm trying to do here. That's not what it's about. And I will always refuse like ads and whatnot. Now I might tell you about something cool like a movie or something, but it's never gonna be a here's my promo code, go buy my product, Raid Shadow Legends today. Nah, fuck that shit. I respect y'all. Hell, I respect my haters too much to do that shit. But anyway. Oh wow, I was much further along than day 30. I hope I didn't put that in the description. I thought I was on like day 30 or something. In other news, I posted on someone's fun page because Saros was not a fan of it. I'm laughing at it because why not? The world's a mad place full of mad things. But apparently somebody did a hate monument slash haha monument to Trump and his bestest friend in the whole world, Jeffrey Epstein. And they posted it in the National Mall. Saros wasn't amused. I was very amused. Whoever did this, thank you for that. Because I feel like everyone's forgetting that through all this, that's what they were trying to get us to forget. Was that the Epstein files that his administration promised to release? Well, where are them files at, y'all? Wasn't that the whole thing? Bill Clinton was on them, Hillary Clinton was in them. We were going to lock them up. Dude, awfully quiet now, isn't it? Now that we know for a fact that he was definitely in the lists. Because again, y'all, I'm just saying, it's not a good thing, but nobody does an international pedophile ring because they themselves solely want young girls. If Jeffrey Epstein had wanted that, he would have stayed a high school, whatever teacher he was before he got in with all the rich people in big business and Wall Street and the like. Just saying. And again, this is just like me talking to y'all about shit I've read on the internet. No heavy accusations, but remember, you can't really defame the dead. I'm just saying, awfully weird that, you know, if the man had just simply been the world's most notorious and evil pedophile, he would have probably, you know, stayed a teacher. That way he had easy access and, well, hell, y'all, he might have gone into the church. He might have been a born-again Christian youth pastor. Because again, if that was the goal, it's a terrible thing, but these are the places those types of people go. Because they get the most access to victims there. They don't do shit like what I'm doing here. They don't do shit like open international rings. Because it's not as beneficial. You don't... But if he was, you know, working with super rich people to traffic children, well, that makes a lot more sense. Makes sense why is it Mar-a-Lago. Makes sense why he does so much, you know, handshaking with the rich and powerful. Makes sense to why a simple high school teacher is now talking to the royal family at times. Like I said, it's a very interesting and disturbing story. And I highly suggest everyone ask around about it if you're in America, just because it's mighty curious how the people that were going to stop child endangerments have put the children in the most danger they could possibly be in. I mean, y'all, there used to be a thing here. It started back during the Dust Bowl and during the Great Depression era, just to keep a basic finger to the pulse of Americans, to find out, hey, everybody, you know, everybody's eating, right? Y'all had food, right? We started a poll, a national survey. And this was a survey back when a survey meant you literally had to write down on a piece of paper, yes, we eat this much. Yes, my husband brings home this much. Yes, my children do this. You had to literally sit down and write that shit out and mail it in. Nowadays, it was more of a digital survey. Hey, you're applying for food stamps. This also goes to this bureaucracy to let us know. They're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of it because the Trump administration, much like, there's no crime in Washington. Washington, D.C. is completely crime-free. We done got rid of all the criminals. Yet we still have Congress. Cha-cha! Oldest joke I got. But, old but still accurate. But, still, they're getting rid of the national food numbers for one reason. Those numbers are getting ready to skyrocket. We are getting ready to hit at hard times, the likes of which none of us, and I do mean none of us, if you're watching this stream, hey, even you, the jackass that hates me so much, and I know you're wanting to write something down, even you, yeah, you, we're about to go through some hard times, brother, together. So once again, perhaps it would behoove us to start working together. I have put aside my old, outdated dislike of Christianity to start making my way towards the churches, and now that I'm not going to be the old man working out anymore, because I learned my lesson. We're still going to do Skyrim, still going to read along, still going to do workouts, but at the moment that's been put on kibosh until I can find a more balanced workout, because I'll be honest with y'all, my back is still hurting, and it shouldn't be hurting 2 days after a workout. That's just not how working out works. If that happens, do what I'm doing now, start rescheduling, looking into something different. I'm still going to do it. We're still going to do the Skyrim workout stream. I'm just probably going to have to look into balancing. Because I've got the means to do pull-ups. I can do push-ups easy enough. Squats are fine. Right now my legs are hurting, but I do a lot of walking. But nah, just my lower back, I can't do that. The planks and the rolling around on the ground, the sit-ups, I can't do those no more, sadly. I tried, and I always advise everyone give it a try. I tried to stretch beforehand. I'll try again later, but it will not be in the numbers that I did, you know? We build and we grow as we can, safely and securely. But I also want to, you know, let y'all know, touch grass, all that, you know? Healthy body, healthy mind. That's also why I recommend hobbies. YouTube fed me a either Japanese fellow or Korean fellow, but I love how he shoots his videos. I'm going to check with my local Ace in a hardware store to see how much the bits cost. But I just saw a man turn a construction or toe level bolt and nut into a very, very pretty, like, pineapple and or One Piece style anime metal ring. It's a jewelry channel. If you look into, I think my page still has my history of videos on it, or the history of videos I watched. He's in the shorts, but if you can, check him out. I can't pronounce his name. I had already been doom scrolling long enough. I was in, like, I can tell you that it was likely Japanese kanji and not Taiwanese or Cantonese. But I could not, like, read it to you or nothing, you know? In much respect, I love it when I scroll so far that I hit creators that I'm not really understanding what they say, but I'm watching what they're doing art-wise. Because, y'all, that, to me, art is, it transcends. Like, you could mute me right now and enjoy the build. You could take, and that's why my art pieces I don't really talk on much when I'm doing them, because it's like I want to make them to where you can take stuff and just run with it and enjoy it. The reason I stand up on the political side is just that. Jimmy Kimmel's back. I'm happy he had a lovely time. It was a entertaining return to whatever, but it's like we're still not really covering the fact that America just wanted a bunch of black folks to be super happy with their Klansman getting memorialized like he was a president. It's nah, y'all. That shit ain't cool. That will be remembered. And so, for the annals of history, I put down, only good Nazis are dead. Nazi, fuck them fascists. Sorry, y'all, it's for the history books more for y'all. If that makes you uncomfortable, I highly suggest you revisit your own worldviews that makes you think Nazis might be not garbage. Sorry. Not totally a hater channel, but we'll always hate Nazis. I think it's weird that games like Helldivers and all that lets you wear fascism as a costume. And again, I'm not hating on anyone that enjoys the franchise. Here we hate the creators, not the games. I also think Ubisoft is quite problematic in quite a few of its games because of its, well... Y'all, there's a fine line between, wow, my native brother is really awesome, and that's something amazing that he's doing, balancing nature the way he does, his tradition. And, oh, wow, magic, mystical, brown man. You were here first, but we didn't respect you at all. Now we're going to deify you like you're a shaman, but, you know, steal everything we can for capitalism. Put it on like a costume. I hate that shit, y'all. It's very disgusting. And I hate to say it, but it's like it's not even like unheard of. I mean, let's keep in mind, it was a black lady from corporate who fired me, officially. So it's like, but she didn't know who he was. And she absolutely refused to look up his videos. So it's like, I get it. It's easy to love a Nazi when you don't look at what they're saying and you just go by what your Nazi leader tells you to do. But like I said, that's why we gotta do better. Fight it where we can fight it. And if you work for a fascist company, why? You helping to move those cogs is helping the fascists. My suggestion, once you know your company supports fascism, change companies. Just saying, that's the only way to fight them. Making peace with fascists will only lead to death. But I mean, how'd that capitulation go, Disney? How's them boycotts doing? Because boycott's still on, y'all. Boycott's on even harder considering Fox News is making Disney's time so much harder. Because, yeah, the one that I always confuse with Reese Wells, Jesse Wells, I always get Reese Waters and Jesse Waters confused because the last name Waters. Yeah, he was on there yesterday. Well, he'll have to apologize and do that. He didn't apologize. Jimmy Kimmel did not apologize at all. Because, you know, everybody's fine with you saying what you gotta say when it comes to freedom of speech. At least everybody that's worth a fuck is fine with it. Fascist sympathizers get their feelings hurt and then try to break the system to their favor, but it never really works, does it, y'all? It's just sad how they constantly lose. But that's what fascists were made for. It's a loser party made to lose. Woody Guthrie said it back in the 1930s. Original punk bands said it in the early times. British soldiers, French soldiers, Polish soldiers, and black folks all across Europe said it long before America even realized there was a problem with it. And until the day comes that we all unite and say, fuck that, they'll be saying it again in your generation, children. You'll have the same stupid arguments of But what if, but maybe there is a master race though, but what, fuck that shit. The only way we can stop that is to stop allowing it. Straight up, when someone asks you that, look dead at them. Are you fucking stupid? And then move on, because they don't deserve any more than that. And what's fun is they've even started to come out and say, oh, we're not gonna debate. You killed the debater. For the record, Charlie Kirk was never a debater. He literally just tried to get gotchas on college students, heavily edited the shit for his network, Turning Point USA, and then came out with it later. That's not how debate works. Debate is respectful. Debate is no one's trying to get a gotcha. You're both just trying to fully understand what you're arguing about better by arguing two opposite sides. That's proper debate. Hello, dear viewer. How are you doing this morning? I hope you are well. We're currently just cutting in this staircase, and proper planning would have done me better work. I'm going to put up a railing here and have this twist around further out into the sides. But we are on hardcore survival, but I don't do a lot of outdoor exploring. I mostly do caving. We're happy you're here, and we hope you enjoy the show. Oh, and the person you're hearing... Oh, they're already gone. Well, for future viewers. The person you're hearing in the background is Josh Johnson. I dig him a lot as a comedian. He's a good fellow. A good egg. Oh, what'd he say? The man says it right. Go check out Josh Johnson's videos. He's a very good comedic speaker. Freedom is a verb. Mhm. Hello, Jaden453. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to hear that. We're just doing a fun little build on hardcore mode, putting our little stamp on a world that will probably vanish if I die. Trying hard not to die. I do think it looks quite lovely though. Yeah. Aw, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you get to feeling better. I'll be able to do a little bit more up top. Oh, that shit really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. Okay. I'll make several more storage areas. Can't put a white man with money. If you need a good laugh, though, I would highly suggest checking out Josh Johnson. He's a great comedian. He's the one I'm currently listening to in the background if y'all can hear him. I don't know if you can or not. Ah, shit, I meant to cut that copper. That don't have any accent. Alright, just give me a second. Let me get ready to sign off my stream. Right now, the last viewer, a very kind Mr. or Miss Jaden453, just got... Oh, I think they might be back. Hey, Jaden, sorry about that. My roommate and I have some business we gotta attend to today. I, unfortunately, must go. But we will be back later this afternoon, probably for like a Dishonored game, something that I'll be more engaged with talking-wise than this. As I said, I'd already talked I'll be getting to it in just a second, but I've already talked a lot about like the news of the day and all that. Good news for you, Harley, we're getting a bridge redo, and that's pretty cool. Once that happens, I'll be able to actually start doing more man on the streets, sort of talking to folks outside stuff. And I will be uploading some fun little artistic style short stuff as well. Maybe some sketches as well, because I don't know how long it's going to take to get everything done. But, like I said, we just got a few legal things to take care of in town, and some banking things. And outside of that, then I'll be back here, and I'll be making some new content, hopefully. Like I said, I'm still working on all this kind of stuff. I know it's rough right now. I'm still working on a lot of how to host and getting my ducks in a row for talking points. But I do hope that at least looking at some of the builds have been entertaining. And if you want to check out my shorts, they're a lot more fun with like the musical stuff attached. Outside of that, I appreciate your patience and I appreciate your time here on the channel with us. We will try to do better moving forward, and like I said, thanks for being here, y'all. Well, I guess we can go ahead and take a look at it from the outside. This is the just promenade of sorts. We'll eventually make it into a series of little buildings, because while I haven't found a village yet, why not build a village? We've already got a trader comes through pretty regularly. Working on making him a road over time, but we have been having a little bit of a creeper issue. And this is the initial entryway. Kind of just makes an interesting lock and dam system to keep away from the enemies. like to try to upgrade to copper wherever we can. We're working on an upper floor, and this will be the main, like, working, living area sort of thing. The entryway. And then the open air style mine. I like this method because it feels much more open rather than being all confined underground. Because at any point when you come to the main section here, the main borehole, you can just find any spot to look over, and it gives you a better, like, you know, feels a little more breathable, a little less confined. The trade-off for that being on hardcore mode, of course, that I try to make sure there's railings everywhere so that nobody, you know, accidentally goes zooming right over the edge. Also, crouching is key. But we've done pretty good on it, I feel like. But yeah, we try to have fun here where we can. And this is the hardcore mode. I do a lot more of the creative builds and like fighting with mobs and exploring over on the non-hardcore Forever World. It's been a little bit since we streamed from it, so I might do it here soon. But coming back, we'll probably be getting into Dishonored. We're on chapter 2 of that, I want to say. Since I already have Dishonored 1 and 2, and oh, I should not have left that open. But alright, probably Dishonored when we come back, more than likely, unless something else pops into my head first. And again, thank you very much, Jaden, for coming out for the show. We'll see you on the next go round. And if I can get to the camera properly for this. Alright, I thank y'all, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care of each other. Love y'all. Bye now. And if Goku comes back later, bye Goku.